So good news, I can get the headers out with the engine and transmission in, so that's awesome. I'm gonna cut this 3-bolt flange off and put probably a short pipe in and then a 2.5-inch V-band, because I'm not dealing with this mess of no gasket. V-band doesn't have a gasket, but I feel like I'm gonna have a much better chance of sealing a V-band than sealing this surface and dealing with bolts. So I'm gonna hack that off and get that back into the truck and then finish up the crossover pipe. There it is, welded on the inside, passed the flashlight test, so I think I'm good to go. The next thing I gotta do is put a big old dent in that runner to hopefully clear the stock steering shaft. Header's back in, and it's a lot better, but it still hits. So that new Sharpie line is the revised location of the dent. Hindsight's always 20/20. I should have gone a little bit more on the top side there, but that's all right. And then I'm gonna probably have an issue with the second runner, so I went ahead and marked that one as well. So I'm not going to pull this back out immediately, mainly because I have a lot more work to do on the underside doing that crossover pipe. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of downtime I have just turning bolts, because it takes a good bit of time to get those last 6 bolts in. So this is the current situation. I've got the crossover pipe mocked up. I'm going to go wide angle here. And I've got an approximate direction of where I want to go, and then it hit me. I didn't have the starter in here when I mocked this up. However, there is just enough space to squeeze in a tight radius elbow right there. And I'll probably have to trim back that pipe going forward a bit, but I'll be able to get this in there. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it in there. Get that in there, and then find a way to route it down to this. So, the challenge I'm facing right now is that this pipe, during my initial test fit, I didn't try very hard. I couldn't get it in from the back here. I had to go in from the front, which meant I was going to put a V-band here, but because I can't get to that, or because I can't get this in from the back, the alternative is just to lay it in the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and try again. I'm going to pull the starter out. I'm going to try to get this in from the back here and see if maybe I can twist it just the right way to get it in. Because if I can get that in from the back here, then I can probably have an elbow and put the V-band right there so that it's out of the way of the starter enough that it won't hit it, and then it still clears the brake line and all, the oil pan. And changing oil might be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. Race car truck. There is the crossover pipe. I got a hellacious gap to fill there. but it's gonna work. Now I'm gonna throw the engine back in the truck, slide it up in there, and well, I gotta put this in there first because it won't fit between the motor mount and the engine. So this lays in first, then sit that in there, bolt it up, see how it fits. All the welding's done. Tweaked just a little bit, but it basically lines up just like it should. And I'm gonna squeak the turbo drain right here. I've got the bung to weld in, and it's gonna basically be a straight shot right up to the turbo. So I gotta tack this, and then probably come out with a straight piece, then a 45, and then some kind of hose barb set up to go -10 to hose barb to make that super easy to take on or take off and put on. So it's gasket time and ran into a problem. First off, these China eBay gaskets are pretty terrible. And these quote-unquote 351 Cometic gaskets are no fit. Different head. So that's fun. While waiting for new exhaust gaskets, I decided I'm gonna look at the turbo feed, turbo oil feed, which I'm gonna pull off of the pressure sensor. So I stuck the accessory bracket here on and the AC compressor, which I'm really happy that the lines and everything fit between the custom header. So it looks like belt drive's gonna be here, so that's kind of a no-no to go through there. I'm probably gonna have to extend this thing out to a T-fitting, maybe have the oil pressure sensor facing out because it's not that tall, and then have a straight fitting come out for the oil feed, maybe up through here, and then follow the AC line, if that even stays there. I don't remember if I have to use the 301 or not, but I'll figure that out later. Bring that oil line up this direction, up to where the turbo is going to mount over here. So that is a pretty straight shot. Alternatively, plan B would be that T fitting and just shoot that line straight down, assuming I'm not going to interfere with the the starter power wires. I might even be able to just parallel them, bring them over here, and then snake it up with the turbo drain, because that crossover pipe comes up right through here, right there, that like right in there somewhere. So this is going to come up and snake over, so that feed line could come up and follow it, and then wrap around the far or the close side of the turbo on this end of the engine. It's might be hard to visualize with the manifolds not on there, but I'm thinking either direction. I'm going to try to go up first, so that means I'm probably going to need a pipe nipple, probably about 4 inches long, maybe 3. Put it about there, and then a T fitting, so that would be right about here, and then a 90 maybe. I don't know. I'll fiddle around with it, order some fittings, and figure out exactly how this has got to go.